my first inaugural video. I have done a little bit of video work across the board for the last 30 years, but nothing to the point like this. And like anybody who wants to try to do something like this in social media, you always try to find the muse, right? You're trying to find the one thing that will make it fun. And for whatever reason, 4 hours ago, I found out this was fun for me. 4 hours ago, I brought my daughter out here, and what came from that is that we tried to do a photography session together. She's a little burgeoning 7-year-old girl, and I had another camera that I wanted her to try out just to play with, and it worked out really well, except for the fact that it was 30 degrees, a little chilly, February the 21st. It's still a little cold over here in Lebanon, Ohio. So it only lasted less than an hour, but the spark was there. That fun that she was having was there. And that was one of the things that made me think, you know what, this is something I can share. Because what's happening with me right now is I just purchased into the OM1 Mark II, and I'm relearning how to use this camera all over again. And I'm thinking that maybe that would be something that you guys would be interested in watching happening, because even though I have good experience, it doesn't mean that I'm a pro. I would like to be pro-like. As a matter of fact, I'd like to get to the point where I could qualify as a pro in certain things. But this year is the year of practice. It is a year for me to find out what type of photography I really like to do. I know how to do portrait photography pretty well. Won't claim pro, but I don't feel uncomfortable with it. But I'd like to get into the birding. I'd like to get into stars. I would like to do landscape. I want to try them all out. So this is the year for me to try that all out. And I have the right camera for the job to a certain degree. We'll debate about that in the comments, okay? But right now, I'm going to go into this undense forest, and I'm inviting you if you would like to take a look. But I do ask, just like everyone else, make me your buddy. Make the friendship happen, because I'm going to keep pumping stuff out, and I hope that we'll be able to work together. Let's get started with the camera setup. Now, I'm not going to get too much into depth about it because I know that I'll have a later conversation, okay? But I just want you to see that I do have the OM1 Mark II, okay? OM1 Mark II. And I am going to be using the 4150 lens with the 1.4 TC that's going to be attached to it. This is the current setup. Let's get started on the trail now. One of the nice things about Colonial Park here in Lebanon is that it's actually a very large inside city park. It's kind of like a little gem, and I would highly recommend it. It has a really nice little waterfall that's available on it, the swinging bridge, and you're going to notice that there's like no leaves because this is February. I mean, nothing is budding at the moment. So what I'm looking for is bird nests for the raptors, if I can find them. Trying to find this, see if I can find any owls. Going to try to see anything else. The truth is, I don't know what I'm going to find. I'll probably find nothing, but you know what? That's kind of like the fun in the game, right? Here, you have the swinging bridge. And it's nice. Things now, this is kind of a long lens to do what I'm about to do, but you know what? Let me have a little bit of some fun here. And do a nice long shot because truthfully, that's basically what this thing is going to be good for. All right. This was one of the shots that I learned that my daughter was actually able to get before me. Little jealous of it, actually. As you can see, I've gotten a little bit closer, but they're already getting wary of me. Walking away, pop, 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 pop. Try to do it slowly, not get too close. See if I can get some backdrop shots. I'm hoping that you're actually capturing this from this distance. That would be awesome. So I'm kind of testing it out. So right now I'm looking for nests. I'm also trying to look for holes in the trees because I know for a fact the screech owls are very popular in the general area. Uh, and in this particular area of Ohio, they are about. I know that we have a lot of hawks and falcons in the area too. We have a few bald eagles. We got a few bald eagles, not in this general area for what I know, but not a bad setup. Always looking for a composing shot. I'm going to be doing one of the bridge right here. Not the best of light, but get some of these reeds. It's a nice little park, but it gets better as you get through the actual trail itself. Now I know you can't see it, so I'm going to try to point it out right there. I'm going to get my finger out of the way. See that little blackness right there? That's a nest. So is there anything in that nest? Probably not. However, when the leaves come in, right, when they come about, some bird is going to try to inhabit it. So now it's one that I'm aware of. I'm going to put it in the brain computer to take a look, looking for it. And one of the particular reasons why I like this particular trail is that there's a lot of river crossings, just like this one. So you have to be a little careful, all right? And it makes for great compositions when you want to do stones over water, right? So I'm going to try to do that. One of my favorite things to do is water. I love water and I love fire. Who doesn't love water and fire? But one of the things I like looking for is the option to do one of these. Now look at that. Isn't that pretty in itself? Right there. Up, up, up. Not smart. Not smart. Not smart. Not smart. I'm still very much the amateur when it comes to landscape. No doubt about it. But I do see it. I just need to get better at the post work. I know that for a fact. However, if I don't take the shot, how am I going to learn, right? So seeing the creek basically go through its spot, right? The dead trees and how it's just curving over. Now, unfortunately, with such a wide angle lens, you're not going to be able to see it, but these trees are really, really gnarly. Like gnarly, all the branches are just all over the place, very creepy looking. And with the right lens, you'll be able to capture all of that. One of the things I like very much is this little spot right in between where you can see this gnarly tree right in this spot. It's intoxicating, really, to take a look at what nature can do. What will be interesting is when it starts growing over with the green leaves, how it will be different, right? But to see it like this, look for the line, right? And this is one of those, especially. Again, wide angle cameras of phones aren't very good at this, but these cameras are. Try to go low, aim for that particular shot. So another one where the wide angle is not showing you properly what you're seeing here. I'm gonna have to say that I'm gonna call it right now. You can see the birds, that they're going too fast, and that's okay. Kind of sucks that you fail in your first video out, but I think you're gonna get to the point, and hopefully as I continue, I'll be able to do better. But you know, this is one of the things that I wish that other content producers would do, which is they'll show the failures that happen, because you can still learn from it, right? I would like to think that there was something that, I didn't think about that kind of conversation that will come about from it. I don't know. It'll obviously come to you to basically decide, but I would like to hear about it, okay? I mean, obviously, if failure content isn't your thing, well then, okay. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to keep coming back over here and try. I think I need to be a little bit better prepared. I'm going to squirrel a lot. And I would hope that as I develop my materials and stuff like that, we'll be able to have that conversation. I don't intend to be huge, so I would hope that I'll be able to answer most of the comments that will come by, right? And hopefully, as I understand how to do this a little bit better, we will be able to get it done. Okay, I am completed. If for any reason I catch anything from this point on to the car, definitely going to put it at the end of this video, okay? And hopefully on the next one, we'll be a little bit more successful. Even if I have to cheat a little bit and use the one from the house, which is probably very likely going to happen. Although I am going to take definitely a picture of this because this is very pretty, and move along with that. So the end shot for now is this. I'm walking back to my car. And what do I see right there? Vultures. Bunches of them. It's like,